Me and Harvey. Okay, I'm going to jump ahead to Eric Johnson, who has done one of the most amazing programs in tiny home villages I have seen out there with no government help, no income housing. He just did it, and he's doing really good for the community. Eric, jump in, please.
Wow, what an introduction. Thank you so much. Hey, man, I feel like I better start building more, huh? Can you all see the screen okay? Let me share. I'm sharing had a couple slides just to share. Did you see those okay? All right. There we go. You guys see that okay? Good. Really appreciate being part of this. We're up in Northern California. You guys are all in San Diego doing great things in LA and all that. And we're up in Central Coast in Salinas and Monterey area, but working with a lot of our rural communities around the area in particular because of the it's easier to place and build ADUs and tiny homes and that sort of thing in rural communities where they got more land and space and everything else. So tell you what we're up to. We're a little nonprofit. We started to really get into some of the design development around ADUs and stuff we could do from a manufactured housing standpoint. And what we did about 5 years ago, or at least started the process, was we started to connect with the Department of Corrections, where we start building some homes in the prisons. And the reason we did that is a lot of our prisons have building programs, and the building programs allow them not only to train up prisoners that'll be coming out of prison in the near future, need housing, but they need jobs too. So we get them certified, trained up in construction, framing, HVAC, solar, everything else. And then we utilize those programs really to start addressing some issues around homelessness in particular, which is really where we focus some of our attention. So I think all of us know some of the challenges and what's going on and why homelessness is actually increasing throughout California. Some of the severely stressed areas between I guess housing costs, obviously, all throughout California, but also the structure of income that's not just helping, not helping people meet the gap, if you will, in what it costs versus what it costs to live. So our focus has been a lot on trying to get homeless housing, but also just very low cost, affordable housing. And we've really focused sort of on a more of a village concept. And what we're trying to do is put a model together in villages that looks like this. It's got housing at the center because we all got to get people housed, but these villages, and by the way, these villages can be 50, 100 homes altogether, and we try and integrate as many services as we can, or they can be small villages on church campuses. So we're working with a lot of churches in our rural areas too to put 5, 10 houses and extend kind of their ministry they're already doing with their churches out to community members so they can help people live there, and at the same time just do some low-income housing development. So all these are kind of the wraparound services. We're not just looking at putting housing, we're looking at integrated services and making sure people get the wraparound services and the community engagement they need. Nice thing about our partnership with the prison too is construction is so short of labor right now, as well as really truly affordable solutions, that what we're able to do in the prison is keep the cost on the units we're producing way down by making them modular, as well as the labor rates, everything else are different because it's part of the educational program there, which is terrific. So, and again, we hopefully can employ and use guys that are trained up coming out of the prison to actually turn around and build ADUs and build some of these villages going forward. So this is the kind of the scope of the model, if you will. Our little nonprofit is involved in these villages, ADUs.
Super quick, can you go back to that? So the prisoners are actually working with you, both past and current ones, to build your ADU, and it's teaching them skills, life skills, right, to succeed. I think
absolutely. And so we sort of end up, if you will, with this two-pronged approach where we have sort of the nonprofit modular housing we're using for purposes of homeless housing and so on. And these are, by the way, all the skill sets that they're learning in the prison. They get certifications, and we're actually setting up a program which is really exciting with CDCR about maybe even putting a track into the prison to allow our prisoners to get into a general contractor track and get trained up to be general contractors when they get out. And then we used, offsite modular sites to help build. We're either doing stick builds with ADUs or modular folks that are doing with other nonprofit programs that are helping contribute, if you will, to the pipeline of housing that we use. So And so what we're, if you will, we're in sort of, I guess, 4 niches, if you will. And these, by the way, we're at this kind of, starting edge of a lot of these, but we're not only doing these housing villages and looking for land, acre, 2 acres, and that kind of thing, where we're using multiple financing vehicles and operations. But we're also looking at distressed properties that we convert, can divvy up, could more housing on, put multiple ADUs on, that sort of thing. Again, geared at low-income housing. These church-based villages, similar to what they're doing with IGBI down in Southern California, we're approaching the same way up here, and we're a little bit behind them on the financing models and everything else, but some of those are coming into play right now, which work really well. And then I think we're building 4 or 5 ADUs, just private ADUs right now. And again, could do those either modular or stick built, and multiple ways of doing that. So yeah, we're really excited about the partnership with the prison. We're building in 1 prison now, but we're going to adding 4 more this fall. And they're scattered throughout Northern California, so it's really easy to set up partnerships as well with local communities and help partner the prison with some of those local development efforts as well. So, and we're also looking and working at the same time on these financing models. And what we're trying to do is kind of, how do you determine eligible borrowers and qualified target folks, AMI that might apply in each of these, and then these are the typical, I guess, if you will, range of projects we're looking at from a lending standpoint, from actually even down to 500,000 up to maybe 7-8 million. We're not looking to compete with the huge nonprofit developers or anything else. That's not our niche, if you will. We're just looking to get as many units out there for housing that we can, and partner in any way we can. So this is really a regional kind of effort too. I'm just going to share with you maybe 2 quick pictures of a couple projects we're working on, trying to get to the market right now. One of these is here in Salinas. Oops, there's my timer, huh? This is just really quickly a combination of 27 tiny home units or ADU units, if you will. They're geared to be 4, 6, and 800 square foot. And then we have a couple almost like dorm style apartments where we can use them for transitional housing or respite care. So this is a campus of about 2 acres that we're trying to develop for up to about 100 people. And then this is just a picture of one of the churches we're working with. And this has 8 units that we're looking to place on this property. And interesting, this partnership, this is a church that's already involved in family transitional housing for homeless. And they partner with 10 or 15 churches. What we're going to do on this side is put houses there and keep them in one site, and then have the churches come to them, if you will, and help serve people and keep them stabilized in one place. So it's helping people transition quickly to some better tomorrows, if you will. So that's what we're up to. A lot of fun, and it's our biggest challenge right now is production, and then materials. Materials are very hard to get on the market right now, and that's going to be a limiting factor, I think, for everybody. And it's going to probably postpone a number of projects because of the cost of construction right now is getting to be so ridiculous that people are just they have the design, but they're parking their projects on the back burner because it's just so expensive to build right now.